I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rikakudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity. All right. Malachi 1 and 4, it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. All right. So, Edom, the wicked of the Bible, the so-called white man who's the Edomite, he's the wicked of the Bible. Just wanted to bring out Malachi 1 and 4, and I was going to jump in Psalms 10 in verse 1. This way, when I read this chapter, I've already established who the wicked is. Verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. All right, and the wicked Esau Edom, he's so wicked. He creates all these devices that he uses against the people, and chiefly he wants to use it against the Israelites, the so-called Black, Latino, and Native Americans. That's why he came out with his Maxine, and also he came out with his he's coming out with his micro C-hip. Right, we gotta use the code words so they don't take the videos down. But these are those devices that he brings that are, in this age. And he's going to use those devices to destroy 2/3 of our people. Verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. Right, so part of him boasting of his desire, they just had the dude Tony Blair, the former Prime Minister of England. He was just talking about how he wants to track everybody who hasn't been vaccinated, right? This is his wicked heart, his wicked desire. Let's see, verse 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So when he goes about doing his business, his new world order, the Most High Yahweh is not in his thoughts, all right? He's not thinking about, am I going to offend the Most High? Am I going to, is this a wicked thing I'm doing, going after the Most High's people? He doesn't think like that. Because why? Because the Most High is not in all his thoughts. You understand, these Edomites, the Most High is not in their thoughts. Because when they think about God, they're thinking about a fake, pasty old man with gray hair, a long gray beard, So the Most High Yahweh is not and never in this man's thoughts. All right? He doesn't move. His ways have nothing to do with the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Right. And that's what the so-called white man does. He's always puffing at all the enemies. And he has a lot of enemies. And he's even got his own nation as his enemies. Right? These so-called Russians, they're so at odds with the so-called Americans that their military allies, in Russia's case, are the Chinese. See, that's how wicked the so-called white man is. His allegiance and his alliance. He'd rather be with the Moabites in war than with his own brother in war. That's how wicked Esau Edom is. Verse 6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's how the Edomites think. And when you could be an Israelite and take on that same mindset, that heathen mindset, thinking you can never be moved, thinking I've had a lot of people, whether it be a heathen or a two-third or an Edomite, talking about, America can't be touched. America can't be touched in war. Our military is too powerful. Our military is too strong. But see, what they don't consider is that Yahweh has leveled the playing field and he's given many countries nuclear capabilities, right? Let me Google that real quick. How many countries, or I'll put nations, have nucleus? It pops up right away. Excuse me, let's see. It says 9 countries possess nuclear weapons. The United States, Russia, France, China, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Israel, and North Korea. In total, the global nuclear stockpile is close to 13,000 weapons, which that's a lie. They have much more nuclear power than that. All right. But anyway, 9 countries, according to Google, has. So the point is the it says he hath said in his heart or his mind, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's the mindset of a casual American. They feel like America is untouchable, but we know that's not true. Just like the number of missiles that they say there are on the in the world, 13,000 nuclear weapons, which that's a total lie. Anyway, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Exactly. What did he do with the jump shot? Told everybody this is going to be Operation Warp Speed. We're going to save a lot of lives. We're going to, you better take this so you don't kill your grandmother with your germs. You see? And it's all been a lie. Now it's all coming out. How that jump shot and that serpent juice is it's fucking people up, man. If it didn't already, give people in your family strokes, amputations, blood clots, heart attacks, straight put them to death. It's all coming out. But that's his mischief. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. All right, verse 8, and that's why what's his name, Tony Blair, he still wants to keep track on who's been taking the juice and who hasn't taken the juice. Right? He wants to tally the numbers. Verse 8, he sitteth in lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor, right? He's against the Israelites. I mean, how many times do we read in the news where the Edomite cop murders the Israelite citizen? And they do lurk in the places of the villages. These Roman soldiers, they be lurking, man. I was driving today, and I was just in a neighborhood, and I had to, when you first look and you see the Roman soldier, the modern day Roman soldier, the cops, he was just there. I seen one parked right on the side of the road, like hidden behind a tree, and I don't know, maybe he was doing a speed sting, or maybe he was just sitting there bullshitting. You don't never know. But when I looked up, I saw him lurking, like it says right here. And, good thing I was going the speed limit, but at first you kind of freak out because you're like, oh shit, how fast was I going, right? But that's what the wicked do. They lie, they lurk. waiting to catch the poor, right? And murder the innocent, like it says there. Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Right. How many of our people are in the system, the so-called judicial system, right? The Edomite, his whole MO is really to keep the Israelites in oppression, you know. He hath said verse 10, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Yeah. These Edomites, you know, especially these peons, they have no clue, and they don't believe that Yahweh's, you know, gonna be an avengeful power on behalf of his people, right? On behalf of the Israelites, all the things that we've been through, you know, the Lord is gonna even the score. But the so-called white man, in his pride, he doesn't believe that. He forgets about our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He doesn't fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 12. Arise, O Yahweh, O Most High, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Right, so that's a righteous prayer. We're calling for Yahweh to remove our enemy, right? To establish us as the rulers, you know. But only 1/3 is calling in that mindset. I was just at the gym talking to another Israelite yesterday, telling him about how the end, you know, how it's near, right? People can feel it in their spirit. And what did he say? Oh, well, I hope not. I hope not. Right, because he's in that mindset of the heathen, right? He's not saying verse 12 right here. Arise, O Yahweh, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. He's not in that mindset. And he's probably the same one that's going to take the serpent juice, and then after that he'll be happy to take the micro C hip so that he can function in his life and keep his livelihood, right? Verse 13. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. And that's what his prophets are exposing, who the wicked is. The Lord's mouth is exposing. Like it tells you that in Thessalonians, that he exposes him with his mouth. Let me grab that real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And he's consuming the spirit of his mouth are his prophets. And he's going to destroy him with the brightness of his coming. That's when Yahweh Shai comes back and takes over, right? Matthew 10:34. Yahweh Shai says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace but a sword, because he's gonna come for battle, for war against the heathen. It started out with the so-called white man, the Edomite, the wicked of the Bible. Well, let's see. Let's get another one real quick. Who is this that cometh from Edom, Isaiah 63:1, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore thou art red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone. This is talking about Yahushai. And of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, in my mind, and the year of my redeemed is come. Right? So who are his redeemed? It's going to be his elect. Starting out with his prophets. But Yahushua is talking about how he's trodden the winepress. He's sprinkled, their blood is sprinkled upon his garments. Why? Because it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a total massacre when Yahushua cracks the clouds. And the other one I wanted to get is Revelation 19 and 12, because Yahushua is he's gonna destroy all the governments, all the kings of the earth, starting out with Esau, Edom, the chief enemy, the wicked of the scriptures. Revelation 19 and 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And that goes into his rank. It's not actually talking, when you go into that scripture, it's talking about the rank of Yahushua, all right? Not actual name. But it says that on his head were many crowns. Because why? Because he's going to destroy all the nations, and crowns will represent the kings of the nations. So he's going to be, all the, let me get that one more time about the nuclear. Okay, remember this. On his head were many crowns. Remember this: 9 countries that possess nuclear weapons: the United States, Russia, France, China, United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Israel, North Korea. So all of those places either have a president or a king or a prime minister. Well, that's a representation that Yahushua is going to be the top dog. All right, he's going to be the one that has all their crowns. He's going to take full rulership. Let me see. But that's what it is. Let me go back to Psalms 10. And I didn't have nothing planned. I just kind of started reading Psalms 10, so I decided to do this lesson on Psalms 10. Let's see, what verse am I on? Verse 16. It says, "The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land." Remember, that's what I was just talking about. All those nations that have nuclear power, they're all heathen nations. There aren't any Israelite nations that possess nuclear power, right? So that's why it says the heathen. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land, right? Verse 17. "Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear." Right. So now the humble are the elect, the prophets, the 1/3. He's preparing our heart, preparing our minds. Because like I said, yesterday I was at the gym talking to a 2/3 when I told him about, this, nuclear war is going to happen soon. Nuclear missiles are going to hit Babylon, America. And what he say? Well, I hope not. Why? Because he's part of the 2/3. So the Lord he's not humble. He's not part of the elect. The Lord hasn't prepared his mind. See, this is why it's going to come on them like a thief in the night. But to the elect, it doesn't happen that way because we're waiting, we're praying. We're asking, like it said in verse 12, arise, O Yahweh, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not thy humble. We don't want to be forgotten. That 2/3, he's in the spirit. He don't mind being forgotten. He don't mind being a slave forever. He wants to be in Esau's kingdom. He told me how worn out he was. He told me how he was at odds with one of his daughters and he's like, oh, well, I paid for her wedding. And he's like, she don't even appreciate me. And we're at odds. She didn't come to my house for Thanksgiving. You see? Because the scriptures talks about how worn out our people are. It says he wears out the saints, but he also wears out the 2/3. Because the 2/3, they're not saints. If you're in that mindset and your mind's not prepared for what's coming, you're just going to be worn out until you get in the kingdom. And you'll be born in the kingdom, brought up in your right mindset. See? Verse 18, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Right. Who's that man of the earth? The man of the earth is this Esau Edom, the wicked. He's the one that he has the power over. He has dominion on the planet Earth. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who's that wicked? We established that on my first minute of this video. Esau Edom. Who controls the earth? Who puts sanctions on other countries if things ain't going his way? Esau Edom does that. He's the one who's the earth has been given into his hands, right? His wicked elite. Who are they? Most of them are Amalekites, which are the grandson of Esau, which Esau is Edom. All right. So, it was all through the Spirit. Just wanted to bring out, the Lord wanted me to bring out a lesson on the wicked, you so-called white people. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekakodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom to the elect. Keep enduring.